Hey, Wellspring Tech team, welcome back to another service review. Today's service review looks a little bit different. It's the first time that we've been able to record our Video Director multi-view screen, and so one of the cool things about this is we can see all of the cameras, whether they are live or not, and so I'm hoping that that will help us get a little bit different insight into our services, into the production of them, into things that we can improve and do better on. And so, yeah, I'm excited about this. I think it's going to go really well. And man, yesterday was a great service. We did Mario yesterday, and I think we had a couple of small hiccups first service, and some things that we can definitely do better on. But overall, it was a great service, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. We didn't have any major issues or anything like that, so that is always a plus for me. But we do have some things to talk about, so let's go ahead and jump into that. So the first couple of things that I want to talk about are CG related. So the very first one is actually right at the start of the recording here. So we'll jump to this. So you notice we have the lyrics on screen, and they're kind of centered like that. And if you look at the back wall, you'll see that it's got the welcome to At the Movies graphic. It doesn't have the background for the first song. I just want to emphasize for CG operators, it is really important that when we're going into any part of service, whether that's worship, announcements, response, the message, every single part of it, it is crucial that we click that first slide, even if it's blank, the very first slide in the presentation, because what that does is it sets up the screens from the LED wall to the side screens to the upper LED, everything to have the right looks. And what I've kind of realized internally is that we've not really had much discussion with CG operators on what a look is in ProPresenter. And so my plan is to do a deep dive video into ProPresenter looks to kind of explain to you guys in as simple terms I can what that is and why it's so important that we do this correctly. And I know for the most part we don't run into this issue, but it is something that I just want to emphasize because it's avoidable, and it's just a matter of knowing, I think, understanding why we do it that way. And so at some point soon here, we'll have a video that looks into that, so we can kind of discuss why that's important. The next thing is actually pretty quickly in here, so let's just hop forward about a minute. And we get to this part of the song, and so the lyrics come up about now, and so that was about 6 seconds into the minute, and we don't start singing until about 13 seconds. And so we have this period of like 7 seconds where the lyrics are on screen, but we haven't actually started the verse yet. And so as always, I know I've mentioned this before, I would rather the CG operators, I would rather that you guys be early on lyrics than late. But when we have those periods of time, whether that's at the beginning of a song or in an instrumental, we can 100% wait to put those lyrics up until we start singing it or right before we start singing it. In your headphones, you will hear the guide telling you that we're about to go into that part of the song. So the guide will say intro 2, 3, 4, and that's when they start the actual playing the music for the song. And then when we go into a verse, it'll say verse 2, 3, 4, verse 1, 2, 3, 4, chorus 2, 3, 4. It'll count us into when that's about to start. And so you can always wait until you hear that to bring up those lyrics. We don't necessarily need them at this point in time. Until we start singing. Basically what it's doing is just adding clutter to the screen and not actually bringing value at that point. So what's just what we want to do is wait, not as long as possible. We do want to be a little early, but those gaps, they're okay. If we don't have something on the screen, it's actually preferred. It gives a cleaner look. If we're not singing, let's not have lyrics on the screen. We'll talk about audio here a little bit. And so let's fast forward about a minute again-ish. The mix is solid. It's okay. The vocals are blended pretty decently. There's a couple of things that stick out a little more than I'd like them to. But the big thing that I'm noticing here is that we are lacking in the low end. So I have some pretty nice headphones on right now. And I'm still not, I can hear the drums in the background, but I'm not really hearing a lot of that low end. And I know it's going to be different than when we're in the room. I'm going to play this in a second. But broadcast engineers, one thing that I need you to remember is that the low end, the kick, the bass that you're feeling in the room when you're mixing is a lot stronger than what you're going to be hearing online, because you're still getting the sub in the other room coming through, and you're going to feel that kick. But online, what's actually coming through your speakers is not going to be the same. So you may need to drive it a little bit more than you need to. Take advantage of the other pair of reference speakers that we have, the smaller pair of speakers. Make sure you're switching occasionally, listening to what it sounds like on those. It's going to give you a better representation of what it sounds like on somebody's phone or a TV. And I'll play this, put some headphones in if you don't have them already, and just listen to the way that the low end feels. And basically what you're listening for is a emptiness, a lack. And so we're kind of missing out there. So I'm just going to play that for a couple seconds, and you should be able to hear what I'm talking about.
We'll see you break down every wall. We'll watch the giants fall. Fear cannot survive when we praise you. The God of breakthroughs on our side forever.
So overall, it sounds good, but again, just lacking a little bit of what I would like to hear. Let's talk about cameras. So I have actually a really positive thing here to say for cameras, and I'm really happy with this. And I just want to point it out because video directors, I just want to emphasize the importance of doing things like this. So let's go about here. So we're about to go into this next part of the song, and what you'll notice is, actually, before I explain what's happened, go ahead and let's watch this clip real quick. Pay attention to the shot that is in preview in this top left screen. So this is not the live shot. This is being previewed. And pay attention to what's live in the top right here in conjunction with the music that's being played. So let's just watch this, and then I'll talk about what's happened.
This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven sounds like. We praise you, we praise you. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels.
Okay, so I don't know if everybody noticed. I'm just going to explain what I'm seeing, so you can kind of get an idea of why I like this so much. So at this point in the song, there's this keys part that you can hear. It's very audible, and it's just a simple dun dun dun, and they do that line a couple times over and over again. So what you'll see if we rewind a little bit here is you'll see that they're going to play that, and the video director, who's Eric at this point, so awesome job Eric, hears that keys line. So if you watch this, so he hears that keys line and puts the keys camera on preview. Now, he doesn't immediately switch it to live because Dakota stops playing. There's a little break in that line. So, but you will notice that he's listening for the song, and as soon as we start doing that keys line again, that's when that keys cam goes live. So watch this again with that in mind. He's going to switch the keys camera to preview. When he hears that, he doesn't make it live right away, and then once there's a good time where you can see that nice build on the keys is when we switch that camera live. So check this out.
Like we praise you, we praise. Sing a church. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven sounds like. We praise you, we praise everyone. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven sounds like. We praise you, we praise you. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels.
So I just want to shout out Eric here. I love the attention to detail. I love the incorporation of what's happening in the song into the cut. I really, really like this. So video directors, can I just encourage you to know the songs? And even if you don't know the songs, if you haven't had a chance to listen to them, pay attention to the music that you're hearing as we go in. So switching to a vocalist right when the verse starts is a really, really nice thing to do. Switching to an instrument when we hear that lead line is a really cool thing to do. Just really, really like when that kind of attention to detail comes into play in the cut. And so I'd love to see just more of that. Another thing that I want to say is literally right after this is if you watch camera 4, so Lee is our camera operator here on Romy Camera, and he's in front of the stage, he's looking up at Cheyenne, and his shot goes live. The shot goes live here for a bit. You can see it's live now. We're switching over to camera 1, and here's what happens. Watch camera 4 in the bottom here as we switch off of Lee's shot onto the next camera, and you'll see kind of what he does here. Got rewinded just a little bit too far. All right, so watch this. So Lee's no longer live. Watch his camera. He's on preview right now. He's down in the bottom here over here. Watch him. He's walking back through the back hallway. And what he does is he goes back through the back hallway, over to the green room, into the green room, up the wing, and he comes out on side stage. I just want to encourage our camera operators, our roaming camera operators. You have the freedom to do this. One of your roles as roaming camera operator is to be discreet, to not be super visible. You see, he's not walking out into the middle of the stage here. He's still kind of hanging back. But you take advantage of your ability to move around to get a shot that we otherwise would not have been able to get. Our fixed cameras, they can't move around. You have the freedom. So move to different sides of the room, move to different sides of the stage. You have the ability to do that as long as you're staying discreet and being kind of in the back of that. And so I just really, really like that. So Lee, great job on that. Eric, great job on video directing. I'm just really, really happy with both of you guys' service. I think you did an amazing job. Everyone did a really good job. I just want to shout you guys out for doing awesome. And one other thing I want to talk about really, really quick, and we've already talked about this, and this wasn't really, or this was something that was addressed, and we didn't run into it again. When we start the movie clip here, just watch. You can see camera 4 that's set up. You can look at the room, and basically what happens is he's about to throw to the video clip, and the house lights come down, but the face lights on stage stay up. And so Pastor Joey is still visible, and the stage is still lit up. So when he goes here, we switch to the clip. That's fine. But if you look in the bottom on camera 4 there, you'll see the face lights are still on. So this does not just apply to at the movies, but when we're playing videos that are a focal point, like for example the bumper video, we do always bring down the face lights, and so we want to extend that to at the movies as well. So make sure that we have that nice ambient mood lighting for any videos that we're playing. So not a huge issue. It's an easy fix. It's been addressed. But just want to make sure that we are paying attention to detail when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, guys, service review this week. I was super excited for the new multi-view recordings. I think that it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for us to review and get even better. And honestly, I had to look pretty hard to find anything negative about this service. I think that the few things that we did have were just super easy to fix, and they weren't really that big of an issue. And so great job to everybody who served yesterday. I'm really, really proud to serve with every single one of you guys. Make sure if you can come to the Wellspring Worship and Tech Party for Christmas. It's going to be awesome. And I will see all of you guys hopefully on Sunday.